This is the story of Kavia Simmons, aged 20, a beautiful young mother to a 4-month-old baby who was gunned down by her ex-boyfriend, Tridarius Gray, aged 21, who was also the father of her child. The relationship seemed so perfect on social media, but not all that glitters are gold. Tridarius, who would not take breakup lightly, got so upset when Kavia posted on Facebook that she was single as hell, making him track her down and firing multiple shots into her, instantly killing her and then fatally injuring himself too, in the presence of their kid. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We start with some breaking news tonight in Escambia County. 2 people dead following what the sheriff's calls a murder.
This story will be taking us to Pensacola, Florida. Pensacola is the westernmost city in the Florida Panhandle, and the county seat and only incorporated city of Escambia County, Florida, United States. The city of Pensacola is home to beautiful beaches, a bustling metropolitan community, and rich cultural history. Kavia Simmons, aged 20, was a young lady who had her life in front of her. She had most things going for her. Kavia went to school at Escambia High School and worked at Hollister Company at the time of her death, according to her social media. Kavia was the life of the party. She had friends who they spent time together and had fun all together. She was a friendly and jovial person. She loved life and loved having fun when the chance arises. Kavia would meet a young man named Tridarius Gray. Tridarius was about the same age as Kavia and they started dating not too long after they met. Things were so sweet from the public's view. Kavia would post several lovey-dovey pictures. Some of their pictures are accompanied by the love emoji. Kavia seemed to be doing really great. She had a good job, had a good-looking and loving boyfriend according to what she portrayed. She just got a new car which she also posted online, plus she also just got an apartment for herself which she also posted online. Things looked so beautiful for her until he struck. Kavia would find out after some months of dating that she was pregnant for Tridarius. He was happy about it and they were looking forward to becoming a big family. They had a big baby shower showing Kavia and Tridarius exhibiting love and affection towards each other. Everything seemed fine. The baby shower was a big party, friends and families were present. After they had their baby, Tridarius would be seen posted on Kavia's social media performing fatherly duties. She on the other hand loved her child dearly. That was the love of her life.
What you talking about?
Her friends said she loved her with every ounce of blood in her. Her baby was the most important thing in her life. Things won't be the same 3 to 4 months after the birth of the baby. They argued often and started developing resentments towards each other. Kavia posted some cryptic messages on Facebook about what was going on in their private life. One of them reads weak as F and slow as hell, and can't fight. Some are with emojis while another one said I am dead. Just few hours after the one saying I am dead, she posted another one say single as hell. Things looked nice from the outside, but that was not the case from the inside. Tridarius was portraying the vibe of if I can't have you no one will. Just an hour after Tridarius read about her being single on Facebook, he tracked her down to her new apartment. They started arguing back and forth, but Tridarius could not handle the rejection. He shot her 5 times until he made sure she died right in front of their beautiful 4-month-old daughter. He would then inflict a fatal injury on himself too. Police were called to their Stoddard Place apartments where they discovered a horrible crime scene. The baby was found by herself crying. Kavia was pronounced dead on scene, so was he.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We start with some breaking news tonight in Escambia County. 2 people dead following what the sheriff's calls a murder at an apartment complex on Marigold Drive, just off Blue Angel Parkway.
And Channel 3's Tanner Stewart is there at the complex and tells us what we learned from the sheriff this afternoon. Tanner.
So, Bob, good evening. This is the Stoddard Place apartment complex just down Blue Angel Parkway. The shooting happened about 2 hours ago, maybe a little more than that now as we come on the air. The call came in just after 4. And Bob, as you mentioned this, the sheriff did confirm with us this was a murder We were able to speak with the sheriff just a few moments ago. He tells us a man shot an unidentified female in front of an infant child and then turned on himself. Now, we can confirm that child is okay. We don't know their location right now, but the sheriff did tell us that the child is unharmed. Let's take a listen now. You'll hear Sheriff Simmons talk about the reaction from the family.
Well, we got a call about almost an hour ago now that there was a disturbance and then there was a shooting. When the deputies arrived, we discovered that an adult male was engaged in an argument with an adult female. He reportedly took a gun and he fired at the adult female before turning the gun. Our deputies tried life-saving procedures, but unfortunately I can report to you that both the male and the female are deceased, and now we have investigators en route. We have crime scene here, and there we are investigating it right now as a murder.
Now, they weren't the only ones inside the apartment at the time this occurred.
That's correct. We understand that there were a couple of witnesses. One was an infant child, but there are no other injuries. The only injuries right now that we have are the adult male, and that was the shooter, and then he took his, and unfortunately the adult female as well. So we have 2 people shot, 2 people deceased, but there are no other injuries.
Now, you heard the sheriff mention witnesses there. We don't know exactly what the event was inside this apartment, whether it was a large gathering or there were several people living inside the home. The names of the victim and the suspects haven't been identified. The sheriff did confirm an autopsy will be done. We did ask what the motive for this murder was. Again, we haven't got that answer yet. The sheriff's office we would expect release details within the next day or so. We're going to hang out for a while. You can't see it, but over to my left here, it looks like several family members and some friends have gathered here.
Kavia's uncle, Corey Richardson, said Tridarius and his niece were happy and laughing the last time he saw them.
We did speak to a family member of the female victim. He said the two were a couple and lived in this apartment complex right behind me. Take a look. Over 100 people gathered at the Stoddard Place Apartments Monday night. Many were in tears. Some said they were family members of the deceased, many not wanting to talk.
Very shocking.
An uncle of the female victim said the couple lived together at the complex and had a 4-month-old baby. He says they had been together for over a year.
I saw both of them yesterday.
How did they seem? They seem okay?
Seem okay, happy, jolly, laughing, as usual, as always.
The sheriff's office said there were no other injuries. No word tonight on what led to the argument and to the shooting.
It's just very tragic. Obviously, our hearts go out to the family.
Now, the infant inside the home at the time of that shooting is unharmed tonight. That's certainly some good news here tonight. The sheriff's office not saying if that indeed was the couple's child, but still, many unanswered questions tonight, mainly what led to this.
Nobody forecasted this despite the fact Tridarius has been arrested multiple times. Social media was shocked too. They were shocked as the lovebirds had only been together for a year. In our opinion, this is a very senseless crime that could have been avoided. The little girl is now orphaned. She has been put in the care of a family member according to police. We do hope the 4-month-old baby gets a good life despite what happened to her at her tender age. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Kavia Simmons. May Kavia's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Please stay safe out there and see you guys in the next video.